Well, hello there. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Julie, and I am on a health journey, which right now is pretty much completely focused on getting my digestive health situation figured out. I thought, and this is so dumb, but I thought, oh, it's all done. Like the digestive issues. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling so good yesterday and no cramping. And well, that's not true. In the morning, there was, but I was able to breathe through it all the way up to Olivia's treatment. And then when I got to my sister's house, I took one of my medications. And then I didn't need any other medication other than Tylenol the rest of the day. But like, yeah, I was able to breathe through it in the morning. I was feeling so good. And I'm like, yeah, we've got this figured out. It's over. It's done. Then this morning, yeah, things started coming back. I'm doing okay right now, but one of the things with whatever this situation is that I'm going through is you go back and forth between shitting your guts out and then getting all backed up. And it's back and forth and back and forth. And I'm eating the same kind of things pretty much every day, not the keto stuff. I'm taking a break from that to see if that was part of this problem, except that I've been having digestive problems since having my first child. I've been dealing with digestive issues. It's just, that's been the thing, and they've just continually gotten worse, and it's just, that's what's happened. So the keto, it might be part of the issue, especially like the processed keto stuff, which, you know, I've eaten way too much of. And like the fake sugars and that kind of thing, and so much meat and protein and whatever. That might have been part of the issue this latest time that this, you know, situation has come up. But yeah, I have had digestive issues since having kids. So I don't know. But I am taking a break from the keto and eating basically just regular food, lots of fiber, but not too much fiber, because that can also be a problem, and being careful to avoid like gas producing foods and things like that. But yeah, digestive problems for like ever. I had, let's see, an anal fissure, had to have a fissurotomy 9 months after giving birth to my first child, and then, you know, ended up having to have my gallbladder removed. I've had a hysterectomy. That's not necessarily, you know, like a digestive thing, but they can go hand in hand, your menstrual cycle with issues with digestion. So anyway, I've been dealing with this for a long time, but it is possible that the keto stuff was part of this latest round of hellish issues. I don't know. I don't know. That's you know, we'll see. We'll see. Things that we have to figure out. Anyway, so now today we're kind of on the backed up situation, which means that my guts are like really frustrated, understandably, and they're like working hard to try to get things moving. And I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? You can go with an enema. You can drink lots and lots of water, which I do. Lots and lots of water. Get movement. I do plan to do some walking today. Another thing that's part of the problem is the driving. The commute, Monday through Friday now, is part of the problem. Being, you know, sitting all that time is not good. It is part, I'm almost certain it's part of the backing me up and then the water retention. So I need to be working on getting more movement during the day when I'm at my sister's house. I just have to make it happen, which is tricky because it's really cold right now. 7th winter happened here in Utah, so, but I just have to do it. I've been doing like laps around like inside my sister's house and hoping that that helps. I'm like scouring, I'm looking at all the different potential things that could be contributing and trying. I'm just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. I do see the doctor tomorrow, and I don't know. We'll see. Like, where yesterday I had started feeling so good, one thing that did happen, and this is, you know, we're sharing this, we're putting this out there. It's way more than most people would want to share, but I know that there are other people that are going through this or have gone through this, and I want them to know they're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone, and we can figure this out, and maybe some of you have figured it out and can help me. But yesterday, whoever would have thought that like a huge part of my life would revolve around examining my stool? God, this is not the life I had planned for myself. Anyway, seeds. It's not actually seeds, but looks like seeds, like a whole bunch of little black shiny seeds, flecks, which are blood. It's old blood, similar to coffee grounds, but shinier. And I passed so much of that yesterday. Old blood. Does that mean that we're done bleeding for now? I don't know. But now that I'm backed up, guaranteed there'll be more blood because of the stuff trying to work its way through or whatever. I don't know. But that did happen yesterday. Does that somehow contribute to today's situation? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This burst of seeds of blood, literally that's what it looks like, is like seeds or coffee grounds, but shiny. And I normally love shiny. I'm into shiny. I'm a shiny person. Okay? Shiny, sparkly, glittery. This is different. This is different. And is this part of this situation? I don't know. So I have this whole list written up, and I will continue adding to it tonight. But this whole list of every possible thing that could be contributing, every symptom that I've experienced, every question, every Dr. Google potential diagnosis, whatever, for the appointment tomorrow. I honestly hope we don't have to do a colonoscopy. I mean, because of the blood, the fresh and the old, I'm almost certain that he will say we have to do it because, you know, to rule stuff out, and I understand that, but it's like, I just have this feeling that I'm going to go through the whole thing and of course have to pay for it, and they won't find anything and I'll look like a crazy person. Because I went through that before with my gallbladder. We did, oh my God, the tests we did. Transvaginal ultrasound. They went into my bladder. Oh my God, into my bladder and took samples. Turns out I did have some bladder issues and like cystitis, and there were blisters inside of my bladder. So it was actually kind of good that they found that and we medicated it and it healed. But, and I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy and MRIs, and oh my God, the stuff I went through to finally find out that it was my gallbladder. They did the tests for the gallbladder too, but I passed those, so they didn't think it was those. So we did 800 other tests till someone figured out with a very simple procedure, which was, oh, just pushing on my gallbladder. Oh God, there it is. Went through 1 million tests, spent so much money. It was so much pain and discomfort and frustration to find out that it was my gallbladder. And until we finally figured that out, I was left looking and feeling like a lunatic, just like a total crazy person. And that is incredibly frustrating and demoralizing and dehumanizing. And I honestly just don't want to go through it again. I don't. That's just the reality. I don't want to go through it again. And then to say, oh, well, you know, reduce your stress. Obviously, reduce your stress, okay? Yes, obviously. But if it is ulcerative colitis, that is not caused by stress. Stress can aggravate it. It can make it worse, but it doesn't cause it. Because ulcerative colitis is inflammation and is considered an autoimmune disease. It's not caused by stress. I am doing everything I can to reduce my stress. I'm doing breathing exercises and meditation during the day and stretching and all of that, okay? But reducing your stress is not enough to make it go away. You can't make inflammation go away that way. So I don't want to go through that again. I'm sure so many of you understand this, especially as women. If there's some gents out there, let me know. Have you gone through the same thing? Like, I don't see it being that way in my experience and from what I've seen. Like, men do not experience the same the same thing, the same bias, the same stigma, the same treatment. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I live with pain every day. Since I was, 20 years old, I've lived with daily pain. If I am in enough pain that I need to go to the doctor or the ER, then that means I'm feeling like I'm dying, okay? Like, but they don't know that. They don't know me. Even my primary care doctor that I adore, even he was, you need to start going to therapy. I know I need to go to therapy. I've been going through so much, and it's absolutely true that I need to. But I don't want that being the end-all be-all, especially if there is inflammation that's causing this, that needs to be medically treated, not just psychologically treated. Now, he only mentioned that one part, but to be honest, I mean, I want to be fair to him. He wasn't like an asshole about it, like the ER and other people I've been to. He only mentioned that like at the end of the appointment. He's the same one that gave me the whole spiel about watching someone die from a GI bleed and giving me a really hard time for not coming sooner to talk about all of this and get it checked out. So no shade on my doctor. I adore him. I'm so grateful for him. He is wonderful. But I just wanted to, I don't know, emphasize, that's the word. I've only had a few sips of coffee this morning. I just wanted to emphasize that that's a huge part of why I don't want to go through this, is just, it's such a long, drawn out thing. And the shit that you have to go through to get it figured out, the looks that you receive, it's very discouraging. And you start feeling like a crazy person. And I may be crazy, but I'm not lazy. Seriously, I'm getting that put on a shirt and mugs and everything. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Merch coming soon. It'll be specifically just for this channel though. Probably. Anyway, I know I've said that before on our main channel, The Frugal Family. Oh, someday I'm gonna do merch, and I never did. But I think I will for this channel, just because, anyway, I don't even know what I'm saying. Crazy but not lazy. And also, not a whiner about pain. If I say I'm in pain, I am in pain. It's a lot. It's a lot. But the other thing, so where I was feeling so good yesterday, this is another part, and this is not rational or healthy or responsible, okay? But I'm just getting my feelings out, talking through it. This is my, my sounding board. This is my place. You are my people. So thank you. But the other thing is, where I was feeling so good yesterday, this is the same thing as the other times that I've gone through this. It was like, oh, it's letting up, and yeah, all the old blood has maybe worked its way out, and things are all healed up. Whatever was wrong is all better now. So why go through, the thing? Oh, there comes some of the spasms. I was hoping they would, but they're not like intense yet, which is good because we're obviously driving. Oh God. But they are starting, which actually is kind of good, because that means that maybe the stuff will get moving through, because I don't know that there's many worse things than being constipated. I would take being loosey-goosey over constipated any day of the week. I was constipated for 9 months after giving birth. 9 painful, horrific months when I should have been enjoying the fruits of my womb, my baby. No, I was horrifically constipated to the point I ended up having to have surgery. And no one wants to have ass surgery. That is the most dehumanizing, demoralizing thing that you can go through, okay? That is some shit, pardon the, I mean, no, let's just do it. Pun intended. Pun intended. Someday I'll go into that story again. I think I've told it on here before, but we'll do it again. I think so. With like graphics and stuff. I don't know. Oh, I'm on one this morning. I am. I got up early. Sorry, we're sidetracking. I got up early, an hour before everybody. No, geez. I got up at 5:30. And I didn't wake everyone else up till 7. So, hour and a half to have time to myself because I'm not at home during the day right now. And so, I just wanted to have some me time without staying up late and messing myself up. And I was like, all right, I have to get up and pee. I might as well just stay awake. And so I got up, I had breakfast, I watched some videos about old abandoned towns and semi-abandoned towns and failing towns. I don't know, I was on a thing. And it was lovely having some time for me, myself. And it also has me feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna try it again tomorrow and see if, I don't know, if that also helps. There's all that. And yeah, I don't want the colonoscopy. I don't want it. I mean, is it going to be necessary? Probably. And am I just going to have to deal with it and go through the feelings and all of that? Yeah. But hopefully you guys will be here and I will have this place of support and understanding as I just vent the frustration of being a woman in pain, a woman with digestive issues. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. Oh my God. I think I want to start doing dailies on here. Like this, you know, my journals, my car chats, because it's really the only time that I can realistically do this, or the time that I will do this. I have other stuff I want to do. I have so many plans, but the only things that I know can happen, like that are most realistic, is this. This is what can happen. And it's nice. It's nice being able to chit chat and makes, I don't know, it makes it all easier to deal with. And where we just finished up the daily series on our vlog channel, I'm like, yeah, maybe we'll start a daily series on here. Especially right now, where I am going through it with my guts. It would probably be really helpful for me to have you guys with me every day as we talk through all this and live through all this and get all this figured out. But then I also have other things that I want to do too. And these will take some planning, and I'm going to have to put them together. And I might just have to record bits and pieces of it here and there as I'm able. But I was thinking about it because of so many comments. P.S. By the way, thank you all so much for the support, the encouragement, the empathy, the camaraderie, the, you know, just kindness in the comments. What I realized with all those comments is, A, a lot of people are not willing to put this kind of information and, you know, oversharing out there. And also, a lot of people need this kind of information and content and oversharing out there. They need to know that someone else is going through it and to help find answers and to be able to share their own experiences and to just have that place, that something, that someone, that group that gets where they're coming from and what they're going through. So what the hell? Why not? Because I am willing to share it and to put it out there. I mean, some of you said I was brave for doing, excuse me, doing this. And then I'm like, well, I'm an oversharer anyway, which I have been working on as far as, you know, it relates to my children, my family. But as far as like myself, whatever. If the hell that I go through and have gone through can help someone else and it's not going to hurt my family to share it, why not? Plus, it's content, and I'm a YouTuber. So, what the hell? Why not? But anyway, some of the things that I have in mind And that I'll probably be doing like a piece at a time here and there, and then put it together when I can. I have my like survival supplies. So like digestive issue survival supply list. I had gotten, I was doing a little bit of tidying up the other morning and trying to do like chores in the morning, you know, vacuum, get laundry going, stuff like that, since I'm not able to be there during the day so that the house doesn't completely fall apart and fall behind. But as I was doing that, I found our like 72-hour emergency kit, bug out bag, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to be going through that on the Frugal Family, our main channel. I don't know that that's our main channel anymore. That's our big channel. Anyway, but it got me thinking, and this thought kind of evolved into this, you know, supply list. These are my absolute survival supplies for living with digestive issues. And especially if you're like me and like travel all the time, love to travel, ache for traveling. So I've been writing up the list. You know, these are the things you have to have. These are the things that I cannot live without, that I must have with me, whether at home or anywhere I'm going to be spending more than an hour, or, you know, traveling. This is the stuff you gotta have. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do one where it's, you know, at home, these are my survival supplies. Traveling, these are my survival supplies. And then just like, you know, stuff like that, because this isn't just the last 3 months that I've been dealing with this. Like I said, I have been dealing, A, with chronic pain since I was about 20, then B, with digestive issues for, you know, 15, almost 16 years of digestive issues. And I've had to learn the hard way about a lot of things, but why not share what I've learned in a series of videos here on this channel? Why not? So just different things about these different situations that you might encounter and how to survive them, how to prepare for them when you have digestive issues. That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on. I'm going to be working on it more today. Yeah, it's going to be good. And not just digestive issues, because I deal with other things too, you know, and what the hell, why not? Why not? These are, it's just a matter of taking my life experiences, the misadventures of Julie, and what I've learned from it and what I've lived through, and try to put it into a format that is entertaining and informative, with a little bit of sparkle thrown in here and there, whenever possible, and share it with those other folks out there who are dealing with that kind of thing and find themselves lost without a roadmap and no Google to help them find their way. Well, here comes Frugal Mama. Julie has the answer, or at least some suggestions. I can't fix it, I can't cure it, but I can at least try to help you navigate it. And I've gone through all this anyway, and I'm going through this, so why not? Again, I'm a YouTuber. You're constantly having to evolve and adapt, where on our main channel, our big channel, the Frugal Family, it, you know, it grew because of dumpster diving, which is very difficult for me physically and logistically to make happen right now. I'm not quitting it, I'm not giving up on it, but it's very difficult to make all that happen right now. So I'm having to adapt and evolve and find other things and other ways. And as a YouTuber, that's what you have to do. I mean, it's the same in other career paths, you know, when things are getting downsized, or your skill becomes obsolete, or you're no longer able to do that work. You were doing tile, you know, and now your back won't let you do that anymore. You're having to constantly find new ways, new things, new skills. It's the same with YouTube. I'm having to explore these other avenues, and hey, howdy, hey, here's this. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, is once you've established a core audience, and you guys, you know, you are my core fucking audience. You are, and I say that with all the love in my heart and my soul, the gratitude that I cannot even express. I know there's a few people that are finding us organically on this channel, and hey, welcome, grateful to have you, but I know that the majority of you found us, you know, because of the Frugal family, and then came over to support me here, and I am eternally grateful. But anyway, I know that my core audience will stick with us through whatever, anything and everything that we endeavor to do here on YouTube, and I'm so grateful for that. So once you establish that core audience, then and show them your true personality and connect with people on a real level. Not that you'll ever meet anyone, or, you know, YouTube relationships are tricky. They're tricky. Someday we're going to talk more about that. It is tricky, but once you establish that solid relationship of trust, and sometimes commiseration, depending on the situation, but this solid relationship, you can pivot in your YouTube career and content. You can do that once you have a solid foundation that you have grown and nourished, you know, with that core audience. And then from there, work to build on whatever this new, you know, content is that you're pursuing. But then you can just take from your life, and that's what I'm saying is the beautiful thing about YouTube. You can then pull from different parts of your life to explore a new path, and let it run that course. And then if you need to pivot again, then you pivot again. Or you try to keep things a little more loose. Oh, I wish things would loosen up a little bit. You try to maybe keep it a little loose, which is actually, I'm going to be doing that more on this channel. Yes, I'm going to be doing a series on, you know, my digestive stuff and all of that, but also other things that I will continue doing on here. My exercise, my life stories, my whatever, and not have it so niche, which is an issue we ran into with our big channel, so that it isn't so much of a pivot, but it's more like a TV network. You know, Monday night is family stuff, Tuesday is game shows, Wednesday is prime time crime, you know, Friday is movie night, whatever, you know, talk shows during the day. Different shows that are completely different genres and topics, but they all fit on the same network. Well, that is kind of what I want to do. Sorry, I'm going to 100 different places, covering 100 different things, because that's how Car Chat is. It's all over. If you've stuck around this long, please write Car Chat in the comments. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I love you. And honestly, this has helped, because the cramps have been coming, the spasms, but it's not, I'm doing great through it because of the Car Chat. So thank you so much. Put Car Chat in the comments if you've made it somehow this far into this video. But anyway, that's kind of what I want to do with this channel, so that it isn't just any one thing or one topic or one part of, you know, women's health or motherhood or, you know, digestive this or that, but instead it's more of a network, if you will, if I may be so grandiose, that covers these different topics and things with kind of, you know, that tie in with stories of my own experience, my own life. That's the goal, that's the plan. As far as what's going to happen, you know, let's circle back. What's going to happen with the doctor and the appointments and the colonoscopy that I just don't want to have. Most likely, he will require it, because as I've mentioned before, you can't confirm a diagnosis of ulcerative colitis or any other form of IBD without a colonoscopy. And you can't confirm IBS. I mean, you can, but not 100%, IBS and IBD are different things completely and entirely. I always thought they were the same thing, but with all the research I've done, no, they are absolutely not, because IBD includes inflammation and has the high potential to lead to colon big C. So two different things. And in order to get a solid diagnosis, you do need to have the colonoscopy to rule out any other, you know, bad actors that could be there. So, I mean, my rational mind knows that it is necessary, even as much as it sucks, the process itself, mostly the prep, that is awful, and, you know, dealing with people being like, well, everything's fine, it's all normal, blah, blah, blah. I mean, at least with the endoscopy, they did find gastritis, and that did help me, that, you know, oh, they at least found something, you know, I'm not totally mental, which I hate even saying that, but I've been through it, okay? I've been through it. So I know it's probably gonna have to happen, all right? It's gonna have to happen. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it, but also assert myself and be my best advocate. I know that. I've gotten really good at that over the last few years. I don't know. It's gonna have to happen. That's just the reality. But I'm not excited about it, and I will absolutely be venting on here about it, so stay tuned for that, if you're willing. And maybe it'll go awesome. Maybe it will. Maybe it will go really well, and I won't have that kind of experience. That's possible. It is possible. Well, and maybe it will, you know, they'll get in there and be like, oh, wow, things sure have changed over the last few years. Good Lord, what happened to you? And they'll be able to confirm the ulcerative colitis and be like, yeah, you're inflamed out of your mind in here. And wow, you know, that's possible. That could happen. But I'm not counting on it. And I am, if I have to go through this, I am absolutely going to go into it with this approach. I'll prepare for stupid comments and, oh, you gotta work on your mind, and you gotta therapy, and you gotta blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna work on all that. I am going to prepare myself for them finding nothing useful or helpful. I'm gonna prepare myself for that. So, I mean, you prepare for the worst and you hope for the best, and that is what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Because a lot of things do come down to your attitude. Now, pain that's caused by inflammation and real honest to goodness things, your attitude can only take you so far. But relaxing and meditating and breathing exercises absolutely do help with pain management. Having delivered 3.5 children, I know that that is true. So I will continue doing my breathing exercises and my relaxation and my journaling and all of that stuff, because it will in fact help. It won't cure anything, but it will help with pain management. And you guys know I am trying everything I can to avoid actual pain medications, because hey, those back you up as well. Yeah. And that could also, hey, that's another thing that could be part of why I'm feeling backed up today, is because I did have pain medications and muscle relaxers over the last few days. So not yesterday. I don't think I had anything other than Tylenol yesterday, and not in any major amounts that I think it would cause me to get backed up. But the few days preceding that, I did have the tramadol and, you know, muscle relaxers. So that could also be part of the problem. But anyway, I try everything I can as much as possible to avoid pain medications. No offense or judgment to anyone that, you know, has to have those. I absolutely understand. oh my God, I understand. It's just, this is what I've chosen for myself, which is why it's that much worse when you get treated like, you know, you're looking for pain meds, or you're a junkie, or you're, you know, seeking when you go to the ER. When people treat you like that, you're like, oh my God, you have no idea what I have lived through, what I live with, what I've been through, and what I am going through. So who the hell do you think you are treating me like that? But anyway, there's that. I still need to file the complaint. I haven't gotten around to it, but I am going to. You can complain to your hospital. I don't want people losing their jobs or anything stupid like that. I'm not like that. But I do want people to be aware. I understand they see it all. They go through it all. Our medical professionals, they are heroes for the most part, 99.9% of them. And I know they see the seekers all the time. I get that. But come on, let's try to do a case-by-case basis, because they had no idea and didn't take the time to find out just how bad it was for me that night and how dark it was for me. Anyway, all of that to say, I am trying everything I can to stay away from the pain meds. That's not what I want. I just want the problem fixed or treated, or thanks for letting me vent. Thank you for letting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this and for sharing your own stories and your own experiences and your advice and things that have worked for you or things you have tried, whatever. I appreciate it. Mostly I just appreciate you being here and watching and being supportive and kind and patient. It's a journey. It's my journey. And I'm glad that you're along for the ride. Anyway, have a great day. I'll most likely see you tomorrow.